Hi everybody, my name is Jake Theriault. I'm the writer and director of a short film called The Hollow Sun, which we actually just finished principal photography on a couple days ago. The film, it's a sci-fi film. It uses a lot of practical effects, one of which is several spaceship models, like this one you see here. And I was told by a couple people that there might be some general interest in a how-to video on how we made some of these models. So that's what we're going to do here today. We've got this busted up humidifier that we're going to turn into a spaceship. So let's begin. To start, you just got to get your tools out. I've got here a hot glue gun, a screwdriver, and some wire cutters, which for all intents and purposes should be most of the things you need. So what you want to do, you want to start out with some big pieces that you think can work. So I've got this humidifier here that I thought could work for the base of the spaceship. I've got a flower pot that we can put on here. This right here is just a pencil sharpener that can be like the bridge or whatnot. So you just want to find like big pieces of more durable plastic because it's light and it's easy to work with. And that'll be what you want to use for a majority of your stuff. Now once you get more into the nitty-gritty, because of course you want to have some details, you can use a couple of things. I found that circuitry from like old cell phones and stuff works really well. Just if you have any old busted up like wireless routers, cell phones, anything that is old and not usable anymore, just bust it up, just use anything. Then you can also go to model stores, hobby supply places, and buy just pieces from models, because those end up adding a nice amount of detail too. Well, let's just get down to it. Let's start building. Let's start assembling our superstructure. So now that we've got most of the superstructure of the ship built, we can really move on to detailing, which is the most important part. So I've got a little box of circuits that I pulled out of, like I said before, old cell phones, old routers, just all sorts of stuff like that. And I've got this box over here that's got other little plastic parts and bits of models, some wires. Wires are good for adding detailing if you want to like connect little pieces of the ship. So yeah, let's just move on to that, shall we? Okay, so now that we're a little further along, this is actually the part where you'll probably doubt yourself the most if you try to undertake this yourself, because as you can see, it does look right now like a bunch of garbage thrown together. It does have some semblance of a ship to it, but until you spray paint it, it's still gonna look like garbage. So don't doubt yourself, just keep detailing as much as you can. Once you throw a spray paint on it, I promise it'll look a lot more coherent and you'll end up loving it. So now that we've built most of this, added all the detail, I think we're at a pretty good stopping point before we put the spray paint on. So let's just take a quick look back over it and see what exactly we've got on here. This is just a pencil sharpener. It's got a nice little sleek look to it. I fixed that to this flower pot, which actually I used on a previous model, which is why it's partially spray painted. And then on top of that, we've got the keyboard from a old cell phone. We've got some pieces from a Star Wars model, just to give it some added detail. We attached that to the humidifier, and we've got some, some soda can pop pull things, whatever you'd call those. Here we've got some wings from another Star Wars model. We've got some wings from an old airplane model attached to some plastic washers. Just a couple little more detail-y things here from some model kits. Here on the back, we've got these plastic containers. I think they had some screws in them at one point. Put some circuit boards on that, some other little model pieces here and there to give it some texture, give it some flavor. Here on the back, These got these juice pops. Juice pop maker, I guess. We made those into the engines. Here's some wings from another model. Here is from the inside of an old phone charger. Those chargers that you plug into the wall, if you've got old ones that you can't use, pop them open. They've got some great circuitry in there. So here's just some more model parts, some more circuits, another little plastic container with some more circuits on it. Here's the exterior of one of those old cell phone chargers. I used some wire cutters to cut the tips off, and then I added some more stuff from the inside of a cell phone, a little floppy piece. Here's a half of a case from an old cell phone. Now I think we can add the paint. So now I'm going to add a little bit of texturing. So I'm just going to take some of this black spray paint, just give it a light dusting, and then it'll give it some flavor. I'm also going to add a little bit of this satin summer squash color. So here we have the finished freighter. We think that she's probably a freighter. Got this big cargo hold. Yeah, so I mean, here you have it. Here it is, all spray painted and pretty. I mean, that's really all there is to it. You just got to find enough stuff that you think looks good, make it into a coherent shape, and then just roll with it. Hope this was helpful if you're ever trying to do a sci-fi movie. Yeah, I mean, that's about it.
Really need to get some Velcro or something for that thing.
15 seconds until we hit the pass.